Ry was my best mate. He was my son. He was a larrikin. From day one, that boy couldn't sit still. He wanted to be out doing something. He wanted to jump his bike, and if he could jump his bike, he wanted to jump it further. If he surfed a wave, he wanted to surf a bigger one. He kind of lived life pushing the limits.
Welcome to Built for Bush. My name's Rylan, and behind me we have my very pulled apart N70 Hilux. This sunset's so beautiful.
Tell me about it.
It's so good.
What's up?
So we're outside now. We've got it all set up. Let's get this second coat on. Yeah, let's get into it and get this started.
Top bloke, someone you don't even have to introduce yourself first, because he probably would have already done that well before you even try. He'll walk up to you. You'd be like a kilometre away and he'll probably see you in the distance, and he'll come up to you and say g'day and come back with you and introduce everyone.
Adventurous, outgoing, down to earth, humble.
He's a gay little weirdo. He's like super funny. When you really meet him, like that's who he was.
Just a really good guy, like never boasted about anything, just a really genuine guy. You knew he always had your back, and you know, if you ever had to call him, he was always there.
He just was never angry, never cranky. I mean, things upset him from time to time, but he always had a smile on his face. And his smile was just infectious.
That's it.
When we were at Alex Hill, and like I drove up there and he was already parked up, and then I come past and like gave it a limmy, and then this like old fella come down that like always gets angry at everyone, and like come out and was like sort of looking at what we were doing, and then Ryland got in his car and limmied as well, and the bloke started getting angry at us, and then limmied again, and then and then we left. But yeah, just the constant limmies is like probably one of the memories which we keep.
Limiter on his car. That'd have to beat everything. Everywhere he went, he made himself known.
Yeah, always on limiter.
We went four-wheel driving at Old Caloundra Road, and we were driving around, and he did this big drift around the corner and hit one of the things on the side of the road with the reflective marker, and hit it, and it went flying. We were like, oh, you know, you hit that. And then we rocked up back here, and it was in his tray the whole time, and we all just burst out laughing. That's definitely my favourite memory of him.
You know, I guess when we were younger, we had HSVs and Commodores and Falcons and whatever, and I think, you know, four-wheel drives today are the kids' version of, they're the new version of that because of all the restrictions. But Ry loved cars. He loved the fact that he could have his four-wheel drive, but he could take it to see places in southeast Queensland and Australia that a normal car wouldn't take him.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Hands down, freedom. He was free. Get in your car, go, drive, do what you want.
Go wherever you want.
Pick your mates up.
Yeah.
It's just really fun. Like it's kind of hard to explain, but you can do like so much to them. Whereas like
it's creative.
Yeah,
like, you can build it the way you want.
Yeah, there's no like limitation apart from the cops. He's lucky that his dad knew the cops, otherwise he would have been screwed.
Getting into Fourbies isn't like just about cars, it's the people you meet. There's no better feeling than working on cars and having beers with your mates and just having a laugh.
He always loved the idea of going off the beaten track and, you know, finding cool places to watch a sunrise or sunset, and I think, yeah, that just the idea of the unknown.
Ry, as I said, pushed the limits on everything. So if he had his way, this would be 12 inches lifted, 37s, and I don't know, one of 6 different motors he suggested that he should have in it. I always used to say to him, Pud, like, don't waste your money on your first car. But I can remember the list of stuff that he was adamant was happening to this car. And so consequently, I'm just working my way through that list now, ticking every box. He used to come out and he'd go, hey Dad, what about? And what about was his version of what about. I don't know why, but he never said what about properly, but he'd go, what about? And I knew it was going to be some suggestion of some motor or some lift or some change to the car that I was going to be, mate, sounds great, but, and so it's all those what about moments that I go through in my head and I go, okay, let's go and do it. Let's do what he wanted.
Hey mate, what do you reckon of this? Do you reckon this? Ideas,
What
man.
about?
Oh, about the car.
Yeah, what about this?
Yeah, what about this?
What about twin turbo LS?
What about an M57? No one's done that. Let's do this. There's a reason no one's done it, mate.
Stop. We're doing this stance on this one. So we've had to make some brackets because they're a bit thicker than what the rooftop painted. So just got some alley, little acrylic, got any screws, so it works a bit better. So we've got the 2 brackets on now, not sturdy.
So we've never really left the kids alone for more than a couple of days. Kelly and I were celebrating our anniversary and she'd planned a trip to Margaret River. The week before we left, I had a cold. Rylan had come down with the same cold. So he was here with his sister. He'd just turned 18 3 weeks earlier. We got a phone call from his sister to say he had a temperature and he was throwing up. And, you know, it wasn't anything more than you'd expect from someone who was not feeling well. He went to bed that night and the next day he woke up with a rash. Immediately we just said, hey, get to the hospital. We were still in Western Australia. We were coming home that day. So Rylan went to the hospital. They discharged him 6 hours later and said he had a virus. So we were, makes sense, that's fine. Good, you're in the clear, it's all good. And he walked from the car to his bedroom and wasn't feeling well, but he was texting his mates about what they were going to get up to the next day. They were making plans to go to the pub because he just turned 18. And we were headed to the airport to fly home. And he called and he said, hey, I got a headache. Can I, is it okay if I have another Panadol? And we said, yeah, mate, we'll have another Panadol. We'll be home soon. We'll see you there. And we turned our phones off and took off. In the time it took to fly from Western Australia to Queensland, Rylan went downhill really quick. He had a stroke in the lounge room. And when the paramedics arrived, they kept asking what he'd taken. And his sister kept pleading with him that he wasn't on drugs, he just needed to get to the hospital. The Alpha team paramedic turned up and immediately knew something had gone very wrong. And told his sister that he was going to go into a coma. They were going to induce him. And he would be in a coma by the time they got to the hospital. And we landed and turned our phones on. We ran off the plane. We left our luggage behind. I made it from Brisbane Airport to Sunshine Coast Hospital in about 40 minutes. And I never got to talk to my boy again. He never woke up. He had contracted meningococcal meningitis, which he was vaccinated for. And he was gone. And I wasn't there.
When the incident happened, I was actually at work. I'm a FIFO worker, so I was over in WA when it happened, when I got the phone call. And just to have your best mate go through that. I wouldn't wish it upon anybody.
I've got a son who turns 18 on Tuesday, and I just can't imagine what it would have been like and what it is like for him to live through this.
He was sort of mates to so many people, and I guess that was demonstrated by like the 600 odd people that turned up to his funeral. You know, he was a good one. You know, he had a tattoo on his arm that he got for his 18th birthday, which we had talked a lot about, smart choices. And the first one was a cactus and a cowboy hat, which we thought could wait for later. But he ended up with the story of Icarus, the boy who flew too close to the sun, which was Rye. And it says every fall is a chance to rise. And I guess what I get is his organs went to 4 different families, which was again my boy's wish. And I guess they are, you know, his fall, their rise. it was him.
Rylan always wanted to go to the Cape. Like, he's been up there with his dad in the past. I think he always wanted to go to the Cape. Tim like wants to leave him up there, I guess. Not really leave him up there, but like leave a part of him up there because he loved that place.
I had a corporate career and it took me away from the family quite often over, flights here and there. And one day I decided to quit, and we were going to do Cape York as a trip between careers. It was actually 10 years ago, exactly this time we were there. We'd always watch Full Drive Action, which was a DVD that would turn up in a magazine back when magazines and we had DVDs every month, and the family would sit down and we'd watch Full Drive Action. So we did the Cape trip, and all the places in the world we got to take Rye. That's the only place he, it's the only place he wanted to go back to.
We were all hanging around in the shed, and then we were talking about the Cape. Tim said that they went up a few years ago when he was a lot younger, and how he always wanted to take his car up there. It was like his sort of the next step for his car. Like, there's Glass House and all the beaches around here, but he really wanted to just say that he's achieved the Telly Track and Cape York with his car. So it only seemed fair to finish that for him.
That's why I guess the build's going on why it is, and that's what he wanted to do. So Tim and the boys have put his car together the way he kind of wanted to do it so he could get to the tip.
I think it was a couple of weeks after. I think it was Rye's dream to do the Telly Track again and do that Cape trip. So that's where he ventured into getting up to scratch, and that's where he started doing the build so he could do that trip again. So from what I've heard and all that, it was probably one of his favourite family trips that he's done, and probably the one that brings back most memories for him. So he wanted to do it again. Tim came up with a plan that's where we're going to take his final journey.
He's always wanted to go. It was something that he'd talked about with his dad and family and friends. So I think when the conversations were happening about what to do with his ashes, that was just something that came up, and it, just seemed obvious to everyone that was the right thing to do.
Then every year we go up there to see him.
Yeah, this Cape trip's turned into something a lot more than it was ever supposed to be, but yeah, it's all for him.
Shed therapy, man. Like, before even the incident happened, like when we lived side by side, it was every weekend. Like, we were up. He was either at my place, I was at his place. Like, just mates. Shed therapy, it is an actual thing. Tim didn't feel that he needed to take that away from him, and I think he more expressed himself and opened his doors and his arms to all of Rye's mates. Just a place that you feel welcome, that you can come in with no obligations, no kickbacks. Come in, you can work on a car or not, you can sit in a corner, you can watch the football when we got it on, whatever you want to do.
And I remember when I was a kid doing cars up that, it had to be in your driveway and be done and finished so Dad could get his car out the next morning, and you were trying to do it with some of the shittiest tools you could get or whatever you could scrounge out of Dad's toolbox. Somewhere safe for them to come and learn new skills or pass on skills, where they could get halfway through a project and come back the next day and finish it without fear that, it was out in the rain or blocking someone in the driveway. It's good to have them here. They do more than ask and then work on their truck and ask questions. They ask life questions. We've done late night rescues of cars broken down with, we're getting a car trailer and going to rescue somebody, and I don't mind. They know they can call me. Like, I'd go for Rye. And I say to them, if Rye would go, I'll go. So just call me.
I got nothing to do. I just want to be around some people, and if you're sitting there in your own head or something and just think, I don't want to talk to anybody about it, but I don't want to be in my head about it, you just drive in the driveway.
If your home's not treating you well, then come here and there's just smiles and laughs and good times.
No question's a dumb question.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to learn, someone here will teach you.
It's not just a shed.
Yeah.
It's not just a workplace. You come, you use Ryland's tools, you put them back. It means something.
Everyone feels like they belong here. There's no real right reason to be there. It's just a sense of belonging.
It's all for the one reason. I know he's up there looking down and he would have a smile from ear to ear seeing everyone work on the trucks.
It's kind of become somewhere central for everyone to be safe and hang out and ask questions and be amongst good cunts. We have one rule here: be a good cunt, don't be a shit cunt.
Don't be a shit cunt. Like Tim, that's Tim's motto at the shed. Don't be a shit cunt, be a good cunt.
Yeah.
Which will get you, like, Rylan was a good cunt, and that got him all the mates he has today.
Everyone here is a good cunt.
Tim is he's sort of become a mentor for a lot of these young men, because there's, you know, not many kids go through losing a friend at such a young age.
It's been I haven't been to work since it happened. So every day he's been here in this shed. I think without it, I'd hate to think what state I'd be in. I want it to be the adventure it was going to be for Rye. I think primarily I'm scared shitless. I'm going to be proud as punch as well. I honestly think it's going to be really hard for me to pull out of the driveway. Because I'm taking a one-way trip with Rye. He's not coming back. So every kilometre we get closer is another kilometre closer to him not being with me.
I'm just going to be like proud of myself.
Yeah.
And to go with Tim because of Ryland, well, not because of Ryland, but for Ryland, it's an honour, really.
Is this
In
going
the
to be
best
really
way possible.
cool?
It's going to be a good trip, but there is going to be some bad days that we're going to have up there.
Yeah. Some hard ones.
There's no way to prepare for it because no one's supposed to go through this sort of thing. You also got to look around and think that bloke's standing there by himself when we're going through the same thing. Like, if I just stand next to him, he's not standing by himself.
As soon as I started thinking about this trip, I thought, it's time to get a 4B. I got to be there with my mate. We're going to go and do this together. So I bought myself an old orange truck. It's real simple for me, mate. I'm just going to be your shadow.
You only live once, man. You only live once. You want to do something, go do it.
Take every chance that you get offered and every opportunity that's there.
You never know when your last day is, so make the most of every day.
My feelings are going to be aching sadness. That old saying that you should never bury your children.
It can happen that quick. And it's always the good ones.
The passing of Rylan really made me realise like how short life is, and like you don't want to take shit for granted because you never know when your time's up.
To live life to the fullest, and that's what Ryland did. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, because he lived the best 18 years I think I've ever seen a kid live.
Don't take things for granted. You're never guaranteed tomorrow. Live life in the moment. Worry about tomorrow.
Everyone getting together and just realising that dying of old age isn't guaranteed.
The mateship everybody's shown, you know, coming together, and a lot of these boys at the shed I'd never met before. And just the way that everyone's, you know, come together and become mates, and yeah, it's really amazing.
Just be the best cunt that you can be and don't put shit on anyone else. Just be a fucking good person. That's all it is.
You got hopefully a long time on this earth to get a career together, to do what you want to do. Don't be so quick to get caught up in that you miss the best years of your life. To just be adventurous and see things. Your future self will thank you for the experiences that you get, and that bond we had was fucking... my greatest achievement in life. He was definitely going to break the mold of men in my family and be the next good cunt.